Good morning, students. In previous lecture, we have studied about what is the three-dimensional geometry and what is the distance formula in the three-dimensional geometry. If a point is lying in a space, how to get the distance of 2 points which are lying in a space. Now, today we will discuss about the section formula in three-dimensional geometry. As we have studied in class 10th about the two-dimensional section formula, what is that? That one is a formula. Suppose A and B are 2 points having coordinates x1, y1, because we are talking about two-dimensional, 2D. Then two coordinates are there. Two perpendicular distance from a point are given to you, x2, y2. If you get the distance from A to B, then that is, you have studied, equal to x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square under the root. If we are talking about three-dimensional geometry, it means what? Points are written as x1, y1, z1, x2, y2, z2. If A is this one and B is this one, then what is the distance AB? The distance AB will be equal to this one. This is we have studied in previous lecture. X2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square plus z2 minus z1 whole square. I hope you have done questions of exercise 12.1, 12.2. This is the revision of the previous exercise. Now I'm talking about the section formula. In the section formulas, when we are talking about 2D, then if points are x1, y1, x2, y2 and point is this C divided in the ratio, suppose m ratio n. Then coordinates of C you have studied equal to this m will be multiplied to the B coordinates and n to the A coordinates. You will get mx2 plus nx1 upon m plus n. And second coordinate my2 plus ny1 upon m plus n. Now if we are talking about 3D dimensional, three-dimensional geometry, then coordinates will be what? x1, y1, z1, x2, y2, z2, as I told you in case of distance formula. Then if you talk about section formula, in this case, then the coordinate of C, if the ratio is same, m ratio n, then coordinates of C will be what? Same. M will be goes to with B elements and n will go with the A elements. You will get m x2 plus n x1 upon m plus n. Second is m y2 plus n y1 upon m plus 1. mz2 plus nz1 upon m plus n. Now these are the coordinates of C. One thing which you have studied extra in class 10th, what was that? If you get ratio in negative, suppose minus m upon n, at that time you wrote the point divides the line segment externally. Same thing is there. That was not in your syllabus, but in extra you have studied it. When the ratio you got minus sign is there in the ratio, then it is the point which divides the line segment externally. Same is here. If this C point, whose coordinates I have told you, C divides the line segment AB outside of the line, suppose C point, then coordinates of C can be calculated by the formula in which the change of this sign is what? Minus sign will be there. It means here I have to write down minus sign. At the place of plus, you have to put positive sign. It means for the internally, you have to write on positive. Internally, you will write positive sign. For externally, you will write negative sign. Ratio in negative shows that the point divides the line segment externally, and positive sign shows that the point divides the line segment internally. Okay. Now further we will discuss what are the coordinates of midpoint. If the ratio is m ratio n, then I have told you if ratio is 1:1. This is a formula which I have told you for the internally, and for externally I have told you this one formula. Both signs I have wrote plus minus sign like this. Okay. Now first case is if point which is dividing the line segment is lying at midpoint. It means what? It means suppose P and Q are the points and R point is the point which divides in equal parts of this line segment. It means 1:1. Then the coordinates will be, if one goes to the Q coordinates and this one goes to the P coordinates, then coordinates of R will be x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2, and z1 plus z2 by 2. 2 is what? 1 plus 1, sum of the ratios. In the formula we have written m plus n. Here you will write down 1 plus 1, that is 2. Okay. Next one, if you use ratio k:1. In the formula we used m ratio n. If you use k:1, then what? K will go to the Q coordinate and 1 will go to the P coordinate. So Q coordinates will multiplied by k, kx2 plus kx1 upon 1 plus k, ky2 plus y1 upon k plus 1, kz2 plus z1 upon k plus 1. This also we have studied in the 10th class. From where this k came, I'll just explain you. M ratio n you have studied in the formula. If I divide both ratios by n, you will get m upon n and this becomes 1. And this m upon n can be taken as k:1. So at the time when you calculate the value of k, you will get k is equal to 2 upon 3. It means what? M upon n. It means what? If you get m upon n, that it is 2 by 3. If you get k to 2 upon 3, it means m is 2 and n is 3. It means 2:3. Okay. You can do question by taking k:1 or m ratio n by both ways. Sometimes it is very easy to do question when you take k:1. This formula when you want to calculate the midpoint of the given coordinates. Let's see what are the examples. I have discussed second case. Now example number 7. Find the coordinates of the point which divides the line segment points 1, -2, 3 and 3, 4, -5 in the ratio 2:3 internally and externally. Then you have to apply the formula internally with plus sign and externally when the sign is negative. So what are the coordinates? If coordinates are, you can write like this. First point, that is A, having coordinates 1, -2, 3, and B is having coordinates 3, 4 and -5. And ratio is given 2:3 when it is internally. So what? 2 is multiplied by to the B coordinate and 3 is multiplying the A coordinate. So you are getting here the coordinates. First coordinate, second coordinate, and third coordinate. For externally, you have to just put minus sign in between the statement as it is written in a formula. Here it is written minus sign with the 3. So it is minus sign, -3, -3, -3 are used, or you can directly use minus sign at the place of plus, and 3 taken as it is. And you can directly apply the formula. You will get the same answer in both cases. Okay. You can do, I think, not difficult to do, complete it. Now, second example number 8 is using section formula, prove that 3 points are collinear. Here it is mentioned that you have to use section formula. In previous exercise, when you prove that the points are collinear, you use distance formula, where in distance formula, suppose A, B, C are collinear points, then you have used formula, distance formula, then AB plus BC is equal to AC. You use this formula in the previous exercise, but here it is mentioned you have to use section formula. Then what to do to prove the points are collinear by using section formula? Suppose A and B are the points, and these are divided by any point P in the ratio K:1. You can take B and C point, C and A point. You can take any of 2 points. Okay. Here I have taken only A and B. So -4, 6 and 10. This is the A point coordinate, and B 2, 4 and 6. And these are divided into the ratio K:1. It means K is multiplied by 2 and 1 is multiplied by -4. You can get the coordinate of P. It means that is 2K -4 upon K plus 1. That's the first coordinate. Second one will be 4K plus 6 upon K plus 1. 6K plus 10 upon K plus 1 is a third coordinate. Let us examine whether for some value of K, the point P coincide with P. Now here you have to show that you have taken that point P, that point is same as the point C. If you have taken B and C point, then you have to show that this P point is same as A. I think you can get it. If you take AB point, then C is the same as P. It means C is having coordinates 14, 0 and -2. It means what? If I put this first part, this first ratio equal to 14, you will get K is equal to 3/2. If I put 4K plus 6 upon K plus 1, 4K plus 6 upon K plus 1 equal to 0. Again, you will get the same ratio, 3 -3/2. If I put 6K plus 10, 6K plus 10 upon K plus 1 equal to which one? -2. Again, you will get the ratio -3/2. In all three cases, you will get K is equal to -3/2. And this shows that the points are collinear. A, B, C are collinear points. This is one of the way to do the question. But as in NCERT, here after putting the value equal to 14, first part when you put equal to 14, you are getting K is equal to -3/2. Here the question is proceed differently. Let's see what they have done. They have put K is equal to -3/2 in the second value, that is 4K plus 6 upon K plus 1. Put the value of K in at the place of K in the second one coordinate, and put in third coordinate, and you will get the values 0 and -2. If it comes out like this, it means points are collinear. Now let's see in the next step what they have done. As K is equal to -3/2, and they have put this K is equal to -3/2 in the second coordinate. They are getting the second coordinate of the point C. And when you put the same value in this here, third point, they will get -2. It means what? Whether you can do by the previous method or by this method, both are the correct one. by putting the value of k, or getting the value of k by using the coordinate system. In all cases, you will get same ratio, then points are collinear. If you get the ratio in one part and put that k into the other two parts to get the value c coordinate, then this is also the same method. You can do the question. This will show that points A, B, C are collinear. Now further in example number 9, find the coordinates of the centroid of the triangle whose vertices are this, this and this. Let's discuss this question. Okay. Example number 9. In example number 9, I have just to show you what is the figure. When I am talking about the centroid, what is the meaning of this? Suppose this is a triangle, A having coordinates x1, y1 and z1, B having coordinates x2, y2, z2, and C having coordinates x3, y3 and z3. If we are talking about the centroid, it means where medians intersect. Suppose AL is the median, first median, BM is the median, second median, CN is the median. They medians meet each other at point O, and O is the centroid of the triangle. Here I want to calculate the coordinates of O. First of all, you must know L is the point where the median meets to the side. This is the midpoint of BC, M is the midpoint of CA, and N is the midpoint of AB. So coordinates of L are what? L coordinates will be x2 plus x3 upon 2. Median means ratio is 1:1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. Second, y2 plus y3 upon 2. Midpoint formula you have to use. z2 plus z3 upon 2. This is 3. Now L coordinates you got. Now I have to just draw a line horizontally like this. Now you know the coordinates of A, x1, y1, z1. You calculated above the coordinates of L. These are the coordinates of L. Now this is O lying on this AL. You must know that the centroid divides the median in the ratio 2:1. From vertex side it is 2 and side that is 1. So when you solve by using section formula, 2 is multiplying to the coordinate of L, 1 will multiplying the coordinate of A. What you will get when multiplying by 2, it means 2 will be cancelled. The coordinates of O will be what? x2 plus, I have to solve 1 multiplied by 2 plus, here is plus sign, here this one, plus sign, here is, this is a plus sign, okay? And 1 is multiplied by x1 upon 2 plus 1, that is 3. What you will get? This 2 is cancelled by this 2. You are getting x1 plus x2 plus x3 upon x1 plus x2 plus x3 upon 3. And second one, you will get y1 plus y2 plus y3 upon 3, z1 plus z2 plus z3 upon 3. These are the coordinates of the centroid, that is O. Okay, you can do it. Here I have used midpoint formula, section formula, both. Let's move further. You can solve this question now. Example number 9. Now example number 10. Find the ratio in which the line segment joining the points 4, 8, 10, 6, 10 and -8 is divided by YZ plane. Find the ratio. It means what? This is the line segment. This is a line segment having coordinates A having coordinates 4, 8 and 10, and B having coordinates 6, 10 and -8, and you want to find out the ratio of this. Find the ratio in which the line segment join this point divides the YZ plane. It means what? This is the plane, suppose, where this cut to the plane. This point, if it is a YZ plane, if any point lying in the YZ plane, point lying in the YZ plane, what type of coordinate will be? 0, y, z. You must know this point here in this question, then you can solve the question. So this C is a point which is lying on this line as well as in the plane. If it is in plane of YZ plane, then the coordinate will be 0, y, z. Now, first of all, you have calculated by using section formula the coordinates of C. These are the coordinates of C. If it is lying in the plane, that is YZ, so then this point will be equal to 0. It means 4 plus 6k plus k plus 1 will be equal to 0. From here, you can get the value of k. Let's see. That is equal to -2/3. I think it is clear now. P lies on the YZ plane. Its x coordinate is 0, and this is equal to 0 means k is equal to -2/3. Minus shows that the point divides the line segment externally in the ratio 2:3. Now you have to try questions of exercise 12.3. All questions are very easy. You can do, I think, all type of questions we have discussed in example. Let's see examples of miscellaneous. Miscellaneous exercise, example number 11. Example number 11. Question is, show that the points A, B, C, and D are the vertices of parallelogram ABCD, but it is not a rectangle. Now, whenever there is a geometrical shape, in any of the question, you must know the properties of the geometrical shape. Here, two types of shapes are given in the question. One is a parallelogram, and second word is used rectangle. Second word is used rectangle. This is a straight line. Okay. So you must know what are the properties of parallelogram. First of all, you must, when you want to prove any figure is a parallelogram, it means its opposite sides are equal. Its opposite sides are equal. If A, B, C, D are the naming of the parallelogram, then AD will be equal to BC and AB is equal to CD. What is the meaning of AB is equal to CD? It means you have to calculate the distance from A to B by using the coordinates, and by showing that the distances are equal, it means length of the AB and CD are equal and AD and BC are equal. Here it is shown 6, 6, root 43, root 43. These are equal. It means the opposite sides are equal. But it shows that it is a parallelogram. Now you have to show that it is not a rectangle. What is the difference between parallelogram and rectangle? One main difference is what? The diagonals of rectangle are equal, but diagonals of parallelogram are not equal. So if we showed that the diagonal's length is not equal, then what? It is not a rectangle, it is only a parallelogram. It means we have to calculate the length of BD length you have to calculate, and AC length. These are the diagonals of the parallelogram. Let's see what are the measurement you got. Measurement of this is, yes, AC and BD are equal to, AC is root 3 and root 155, both are not equal. It means diagonals are not equal. But it shows ABCD is not a rectangle. Okay, here one property is also written in the note. We can also show that ABCD is a parallelogram using the property what diagonals AC and BD bisect each other. As you know, in a parallelogram, the diagonals are unequal, but they bisect each other. If it is whole is 8, then that is 4 and 4. If it is 10, this is 5 and 5. It means what? This these diagonals intersect to each other and bisect each other. Okay. In the next example, find the equation of the set of the points P such that its distance from the point this and this are equal. Such type of question we have done in a class 10th. But at that time, you have just taken up points, coordinates in two-dimensional geometry. Here we are discussing questions having coordinates in three-dimensional geometry. Only that difference is there. P is taken any point that is having coordinates x, y, z. Distance from P to A and P to B are equal. Both distances you have calculated, equate them, both are equal. Now square root sign you have to eliminate. It means what? You have to taking squaring both sides. Squaring both sides. Square roots are cancelled and simplify the statement, you will get the answer. Now, example number 13, the centroid of a triangle ABC is at the point this. It means what? We have discussed earlier the formula to calculate the centroid. What are the coordinates? Suppose centroid coordinates are A, B, C. So what is A? A is x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3. What is B? y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. And C is having coordinate z1 plus z2 plus z3 by 3. Here ABC are given 1, 1, 1. And the coordinates of the first two coordinates are given to you. It means x1, y1, x2, y2, z1, z2. x1, x2, y1, y2, z1, z2 are given to you. You have to calculate what are x3, y3, z3. I think you can put the values ABC, x1, x2, you will get x3. Here y3 you will get, and from here you can get the z3. Okay, put the values of ABC, x1, y1, z1, x2, y2, z2 in this given formula. You will get the value of x3, y3 and z3, or you can say the third coordinate of C. Okay. Here are 5 questions, I think, in the 6 questions. 6 questions are there in the miscellaneous exercise. Try these questions. I hope you can do the questions by using the concept of examples. Very easy chapter is this one. Please try to complete this chapter, miscellaneous also, and send if you have any query in any question on WhatsApp. I'll try to solve your queries. Thank you. Have a nice day.